something. Cause I thought I could swim, but we break up every weekend. Why's it gotta be like that? Oh,
all right.
I just wanted you so bad.
Okay, I'll just stop. Okay. This is, I believe this will be the second episode of Sit Down with Nin'na, which is me, Nin'na. And we have Kaylum RedGun here. He is a local paranormal investigator slash
spiritual philosopher.
Yeah, he's in here. He's from the reservation, Blackfoot 146 or Siksika 146. And yeah, we'll just start out with, do you think you could give me your name, number? No, just joking. No, just give me your name, man.
My name is Kaylum RedGun. My Blackfoot name is Nakduk Dopi.
Yeah.
As Holy Rider. So I'm a pretty holy guy.
Well, one who rides across the plain with his horse.
Yeah.
No, just
who
joking.
majestically grazes the grass on his horse or something like that.
No, yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Holy warrior. I don't know. I go by a lot of names on the reserve. You know what I mean? Black Ice. That's a classic. That's a throwback. Your name was White Claw at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my. That was a security name.
Is that inappropriate?
I mean, my actual name was Whiskey 2. That was my code name. But yeah. Anyways.
No, I was Whiskey 5.
Yeah, Whiskey 5. Yeah. But yeah. Keep going. Just explain. First question though. One thing that I know that you could actually give a lot of other people insight on, or stuff that you want to give, I guess, ideas to other people. But like, I know culture is a big thing on the reserve, and I know sometimes there may be some disagreements to whether it's like, how do I say it, like the way it's presented, because I know we have very traditional beliefs and things have to be done to a T, but like I know there could be other ways that we present culture to younger people, getting people involved in cultural things, like let's say high school students, in Strathmore, all over. And how, like, because you're still young, the way I see it, you're still young. So how would you like to see some of this stuff come into fruition? Like, what kind of ideas do you have when it comes to stuff like that? Or how do you get people interested? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to just say, before I guess answer the question, but I think culture, goes without saying, it's very important. But I have a more of appreciation now that I'm older.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I just turned 22 yesterday. But I think the more you get older, if you grew up not around it, the more it becomes apparent to you that this thing is linked to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a genetic link to it, and it's like where you come from. And I think a lot of younger people will experience or have experienced a disconnection.
Yeah.
And it affects your sense of identity and your sense of wholeness. In my experience, like, because you're like, dang, like, I don't know. It really plays a key part in like kind of fitting the puzzle piece.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's a matter of like you got to do it because it's like a collective thing or something. Yeah. It's more so about individual, like growing as an individual.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think of it as like, you know what I mean? Like you know more about yourself by knowing where you come from, and by also honoring the beliefs and like partaking them. And it's like the more you know about your culture, the more you feel connected to the people too.
Yeah.
Like I think I have that so much more now. Like I'm biracial. So I always felt kind of, and I went to a non-nation school. Yeah. So I felt kind of disconnected from my culture for a while.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm like, I you know what I mean? I spent a lot of time on the reserve and spent more time and got to know the culture through, our parents. And, just other means, getting to know the people, and I don't know, just taking more of an interest in it. And it's definitely helped me mentally. And I think that's, but in terms of like what I want to see and being that promoted, I think we need mentors pushing that.
Definitely.
Like definitely. I think like mentors are a big missing part of society, and it's like kind of cliche or something.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like I think we need I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Some type of showcase of like, oh, it's this is essential, and like this is like culture camps are a really good idea. Like, I think, and like kind of like explaining why this is important at like said like a culture camp or something like because there are things in like that interest me, you know, like hunting and stuff, and like I think that's a part of the culture too. But actually getting hands on with the stuff and reestablishing that connection to the environment, I think, is important too. And like it's one thing to be told verbally, but it's another thing to actually be shown physically. You know, I think that's important. Like, I'd like that a lot.
And that's like kind of crazy that you're talking about that too, is because I feel like some of the I feel like it would help a lot if kind of like I know it may not be looked in the best way, but like because I know different people have their own opinions, but I think doing like culture camps like the way you were saying it, or maybe even like utilizing social media and stuff like that, but like I think one thing that we forget is that you know, culture isn't really just tied into, you know, ceremony, you know, a way of doing things like doing outside stuff like what you were saying. I think like just being Blackfoot, Siksika, you know, wasn't just ceremony. It was like going out, you know, the way we killed the animal, the way we tanned hides, you know, the way we did all these things. It wasn't just one thing. It was like the way we
we lived.
I
think there's a valuable teachings in how we lived apart from the spiritual too.
Yeah.
I think all of that is spiritual in a sense.
Yeah.
I think you agree, you know what I mean? Like obviously hunting and providing is like you're taking something's life or whatever. And like that's pretty I don't think you should be numb to it or whatever. I think it's just like super powerful. Like like just the common sense stuff, like hunting and stuff, and like actually taking like figuring out what a part of the animal like belongs to like which, and that might actually be controversial though. Because it's a little it's not modern, I'd guess. But
it's
still,
not modern.
I think like there's hunters like that do that, and it's whatever. So obviously, if the kids aren't being forced to do it or whatever, interest in it, and I see nothing. And it's also you're reestablishing like the respect for the animal.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I don't know, like just like the day-to-day things and livings, it kind of teaches you a respect for the environment. And a like just this connection that we don't have anymore. It's just kind of disconnection.
For reals. And it's almost like I think we also forget like even just setting up a teepee. Remember, I don't know if you remember when we were talking to Rob. I liked what he said. You know, when our ancestors like set up teepees, you know, it wasn't so much that they would just set it up. You know, they would set it up with meaning. You know, the 4 poles. You know, we would tie them together. Those 4 poles had meaning. You know, and all the other parts of the teepee, and it was set up with this holistic view of different values of who you were, and it's about being in the moment. And I find that that's hard to do nowadays, and that's why I kind of don't blame, you know, other young people nowadays for not knowing the culture, because it's just how it's the world that we were born into.
It really makes you think though, like just like how it was so for them at the time. They were, it was so like common sense. Like, it was just like, of course, like it just didn't even have to like explain why they were doing things, or it just was just like this given thing. But now, I think at one point in time for me, like I was like why are we even like what? It doesn't even like what, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of confusion, and just like like this doesn't even make sense to me, right? And I think that's the attitude of a lot of younger people. At least like if they're, you know what I mean? Like I think some people have that. It's like what, like you know what I mean? And then it's not until you really get a little bit of wisdom on you, and then you're like, this it starts to click. You know? Like, I don't know. You got to really develop yourself as an individual to appreciate these things. You know what I mean?
And it's I find too the way it's communicated. I think that's one important thing, because I find like if we that's, I guess it's more of a problem. Well, not a problem, but like it's something to solve, because I find how do we get younger people more interested in this kind of stuff, because I know there's a lack of interest just with technology, and like a lot of people are really into Instagram. I mean, I'm into Instagram.
No, I have such a problem, bro.
Yeah, with YouTube and
Same.
stuff.
I'll just be like, I'll wake up and then I'll be like, got to check the phone. I'll just be on my phone, and then it's bad. But hey, the first step is acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's you don't want to fall into denial.
Yeah, for real, you don't want to fall into that pit. And it's like, should we like it may not be a big thing, but like maybe like should we utilize, should we like maybe what's the word, kind of change the way we get people into culture, but don't change the culture itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's definitely, we have to adapt.
Yeah.
There's a level of adaptation.
Yeah.
That's just, it should be common.
Yeah.
It's just what we have to do. You know what I mean? Like, the world isn't what it was, and it's not gonna be. At least not for a while or whatever. But so we have to adapt to modern times, and I think a lot of people have. But also, like, with that being said, it would be so good if people can just like change their perspective on things. And because like I know I see it in like younger kids, like like me, I didn't have a phone until I was like about 12, 10, you know what I mean, around there. But some of these kids get phones when they're like 3, 2,
I know,
or something like that, or like access to like internet access, like at a very young age, and I'm like, bro, that's like Pandora's box.
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I had access to Chicken Little on the PlayStation 2, bro. Like that's what I was playing.
Yeah.
But even that, like, what my parents are, and you know what I mean, your parents too, are probably like, these guys are on their PlayStation 2s and Game Boys and stuff. Yeah. But like us now, we're like, dang, these guys are on the internet. Like, they're looking at Logan Paul, you know what I mean? All this stuff, and it's even weirder because it's such fast paced content.
It's
like
very
super, like, just zooming by your face. And, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's like something we could think about too. Is just maybe we become zooming.
Yeah, I know. No, we gotta start a TikTok and then make 7-second videos of just us being like, "Do you want to be cultural?" And like, you know what I mean. And then it cuts, and then it's like a fast shift. It's like super super sped up, like editing and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be funny. But I think like you do have to, like, you know what I mean. Like there's like some native entrepreneurs on TikTok and stuff. I'm sure you've seen them. They post like, I think comedy. Comedy would be a good tool to.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's why I think it would be kind of a good idea. Maybe just as long as we're not imposing on traditional.
Comedy is a part of our culture. I think that's not even touched on. Like, I think there's this veil of taking oneself so seriously. You know what I mean? But I'm like, bro, if you've been around Blackfoot people, you know that we like to crack jokes all the time.
You know we like to roast you.
Yeah, bro. And it's the stupidest stuff too. It's not even serious. But I think that's important too. The element of comedy. So that's one thing to take into account for sure.
And also too, do you think the way that we're I know this might maybe a touchy subject, but we'll watch about what we say too. But like how we were raised, how everything affects us. I know there was this way of thinking. I mean, at least I grew up like that. Of growing up thinking that different things were cool, like going out. Doing things, and like I know there's this sort of thing where it's become a normal, like of I guess like I'm not judging anybody, because like I know drinking's a big problem on the reserve, and it's like that again. That's what I'm saying. It may be a touchy subject. Maybe we won't delve too much into it. Yeah, I could even cut it out. But like
my perspective is like. Of like, are you talking about like how, like maybe the party life and like just
just like going
young, like you should be doing this.
Going out and just like I have a feeling that is something that really impacted our people. I mean I don't judge people on, like, let's say if they have a couple of couple every now and then.
Yeah.
But like, well, when it's like constant, it's just
I would say you would have to know yourself very well.
Very well.
If you know, like, it's one of those things where, like, if you know you're prone to addiction, like, you know what I mean, then you should tread lightly.
Yeah.
And I think that's like it's something people should practice. You know what I mean? Like, you should. I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to know yourself. So maybe just. There is like I get like I see like the argument like, oh, but you have to experience things and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's like still though, like you have to realize that this stuff is like non-essential.
Yeah, it's really not essential, and it really wasn't a part of Blackfoot culture or any Native culture for that matter.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't really, and I feel like that too. It's like the more we. I also think it was just in part of what happened in. Do you know of 1967, the date?
What's that?
When drinking laws were opened.
Oh, they made it like for natives to actually go in and they can buy alcohol.
Yeah, they can buy alcohol. It wasn't illegal no more, and just stuff like that. I have a feeling that was a big. I think that was a bigger impact than.
Did they trade alcohol with us, and then like they were like when the shops started opening up, they were like, hey, you can't go in.
Yeah. It was like that. It was almost like beer, alcohol, and all that stuff. It was treated like hardcore drugs. Like they would trade. We would trade with them.
But then like
I know it wasn't just. I don't know if it was Blackfoots, but I know there were other tribes that did that. That would trade with like some of the. I think it was like Army cavalry sometimes, or I don't know for sure, but they would trade with somebody and they would get it imported, and then they would purchase this alcohol off of them. For a while there.
Yeah,
and I think that just the way it was, it unfolded with 1967 too, just it being so easily accessible. And I know a lot of people went through a lot during that time, because I remember I didn't even know about this, I think, till like when I was in like grade 8, and I was like shocked. I was like, oh my God. And it's like, when you look at it, some of the like some society members, some members, they
sold some of their like artifacts or something?
And it's very sad, and really it's nobody's fault, because it's like, I think that's the one thing that I think we need to look at too, is forgiving and stop being like angry at these moments that happened in the past, and move forward, to try do better in the future with younger people, and helping people heal, especially with residential school and stuff like that. Just helping people heal and move on better, and so we can get on to stuff like trying to, I guess, move on, try to get the people of this generation, of the last generation and this generation and future generations to like learn culture better.
7-generation plan.
7-generation plan. Something like that. Yeah, just stuff like that. I think would really help.
With the alcohol thing, it's really sad.
Yeah.
But I think, again, going back to the self-knowing thing, like with even history, our people have not been. Have had access to alcohol and its effects for as long as other cultures. So we don't have, and even bread for that matter. You know what I mean? Like
that affected us.
Carbs. Like damn, bro, even me, bro. Bread is too good, but like it, our bodies just built different because we didn't. It's not, our diet was like berries and meat. Berries and meat. That's really that's crazy. You know what I mean? But that's how we survived. So you got to like take that into account, like history and yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's bad to drink. You know what I mean? But I do think you should really. It's not something that you should like take lightly. You should definitely be just aware. Like
just aware of it, and maybe not like.
Just know that like you can't. History backs up the fact that you're not built like some other people.
For reals.
You know what I mean?
Like I know there's like some certain enzyme with Native people that we can't break down alcohol, so we're actually more susceptible to becoming more addicted to alcohol than a lot of other cultures.
Just know these facts, like just know that fact and know yourself, like you know what I mean, like just and also there's a self-coping layer also.
Yeah,
There's
for real.
definitely a self-coping layer that I just thought to bring up now, which is like, if you know that you're going through something and you're using, drugs or alcohol, just know that you're basically prescribing yourself
Yeah.
a dose.
Yeah.
And it's like not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There are healthier ways to manage. I don't think it's wise to inhibit yourself that way.
Yeah,
Because you're just playing doctor with yourself, but you yourself are just, you're not going by like any scientific. You're just kind of like, I'm gonna take 4 shots and take a drink 10 beers or something.
Oh yeah. It's just stuff like that. Yeah, I have a feeling that's a big problem too with people trying to self-medicate. And, so turning to alcohol. I think that's one thing. I think it's also habits too. No, well, not habits. I guess.
You know what that makes me think of?
Generational
trauma.
Yeah.
Well, no, for sure.
Yeah,
there's definitely like generational trauma is a real thing, but I'm sure it is for a lot of other people, not including Native people.
Yeah.
My personal thing is I don't like people shouldn't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people play into. I believe our people are very strong, and that's proven. Blackfoot people are very, very strong, and the last thing we want to do is play into the victim role.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like acknowledge the facts, but history cannot be changed.
Yeah.
And like make the most out of today because it's like it's the only thing you can do, and like push forward. You know what I mean? Like because we are strong and we are resilient. You know?
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? But with that being said, I was gonna say with the healthier resources, I think like I don't know if it's men and women probably have it, but places for men and women to talk about these like traumatic things and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think I've never really heard any like man or like you know what I mean like really open up about like what's going on. You know what I mean? It's often there's this like tough man front and. I think that probably plays into the alcoholism too, or like even the drug addictions too. Like it's I don't know. It might be a little frowned upon, or maybe they're not even taught to open up like that or something. You, like I don't know if you feel the same way. Like what? Do you think of that?
Well, I do feel like that male kind of. Well, like not just male, but both genders, or like men and women on the reserve. Have sort of this kind of like
Yeah. You weren't even recording. That would suck.
Oh, I know.
All that footage is lost.
Yeah, that's what
At least
happened.
you got the audio. I mean,
The audio. That's what happened with Travis.
You know what I would do if I lost some of the audio?
What?
I'd just record clips of like outside and shit.
Oh, really? Oh,
That's what some people do.
Yeah.
You just.
There's even supposed to be breaks. So that
I think it's called B-roll.
Oh, B-roll?
Isn't that what it is?
Is it?
Like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not a camera person though.
Yeah, I dropped out of university. The cinema class was the only thing. I was like, B-roll? I think that sounds right.
Oh yeah. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, like I think stuff like that with. I know that was also a discussion with Brett too.
Yeah.
In the last episode, I don't even know why I'm out of breath. I just stood up, but but with Brett, that was also a discussion, but that was more pertained towards men's health. But also, I also don't think that just pertains to just men. I think that pertains to everybody. I also think that there was this kind of blanket that was pushed over, not just Siksika, but all people across North America, where there was this thing where you couldn't open up. You weren't able to actually be vulnerable with other people.
Yeah.
With your relatives being closed off, and that's a part of alcohol. What alcohol brings to Native people. Well, in Siksika, and I have a feeling if we kind of get out of that, and it's hard because when it's taught to you by your parents, it's taught to your parents by your parents, by their parents, and their parents, and it's a hard thing to stop because it's kind of like when you're so kind of when you've gone through so much trauma, and it's kind of hard to let go of all that stuff. It's hard not to be angry. It's hard not to be, I guess, sad about things, so that's one thing that I think that's very important too, is just learning how to cope with things differently. Like what you were saying is, like, I find a lot of people do turn to drinking, and that to me, I don't judge them, but it's, I find it's sad, and I think there could be other ways that we could help other people in the reserve, get through that. Like, I guess letting them know that they're not bad people, I think that's another issue that comes up, is that we kind of look at them like they're bad people. But no, I really don't think they're bad people. I think, I think we need to start welcoming in others, like saying, hey, you made mistakes, you may have done some things wrong, but, you can come to participate in some of these cultural events, maybe like culture camps, get them started out, start bringing them into more ceremonies, bring them to Sundance maybe, and just letting them know that they're not judged. And I have a feeling that's a big part, is that we judge others. And I think that's another big thing, is that we should just stop judging each other. We need to come together like as a whole, because that's how we were. And
strong,
strong
community.
And
that's for sure what it is.
Most definitely.
Strong, loving community, like no infighting or petty. Really just, I don't know, but I 100% agree with you on that. You know what I mean? But on building on top of that, though, like, when you're like, I know it might seem at the time to like be cool to suppress it and like manage your. I think it is like, I've had conversations with you off camera or whatever. And it's like, I know it's helped me, and even like talking to my girlfriend and stuff. Is if you just talk about it, it's okay. Like, even if you get mad talking about it, as long as you're not like doing actions based off of it, you just talk about it, because that's releasing it. Because if you keep it in, and this is like, it goes without being said that it's going to come out one way or another. I mean? And like I think that's a fact. It's, I don't know, but with the like forgiving like our people, and like kind of like getting rid of the stigma that like they're bad people, or they should feel bad, or kind of placing a guilt. You know what I mean? I agree with that too. I think redemption is a powerful thing. And human resilience is, I think, one of our strongest like gifts, like in Blackfoot's, and their resilience. I mean? So we should take advantage of that. Like, I think we should promote people like comeback stories.
For reals.
Comeback stories. Like people like, oh, this guy was from here and here, and you know what I mean? But it was just a part of it. It was just a moment in time, a part of his journey. This part doesn't define him. You know what I mean? Because you get what I'm saying?
For reals. And I think that's also something that we should do. And like the other thing too, I think that we need to think about too, is like maybe we should just like.
But who doesn't like Rocky, bro?
Oh yeah, Rocky, right? Yeah, Rocky's a good example. Like
a good like. I don't know. Isn't that a good example?
Well, because Sylvester Stallone was homeless. Yeah, and he like wrote up a script on some paper. He even sold his dog. And,
oh man!
He sold his dog, and then he went up. I don't remember the story fully, but like I just know bits and parts. But he sold it to Fox. I think it was Fox.
They were trying to just buy it from him, and he could have took the money, but he was like, "I want to play the role, Rocky. I want to be Rocky." He became Rocky, so that's pretty inspiring. And the movie is just good. We need more movies like that.
That'd be cool to get like our people more involved, and I think that the one thing that we need to do is just start becoming a community, like just with stuff like this, podcasts, like becoming one whole, like how we were before, before residential school, before these 1967. And just because like I think it's just who we are as Native people, or Siksika, I should say, is that we strived better, or we strived more, and we did better when we worked together. Like we traveled together, we had clans, we had all these stuff, we had a sense of belonging, and it's just I think I know. Not think, but I know that if we can get back to that, just start with little things by being kind.
Yeah, at least honoring that.
Yeah,
way
yeah,
of
yeah,
life,
yeah.
It's not even about like, well, we need to go out in the woods and just, what I mean, start hunting deer and elk, bro. Like, we need to just get away from all
Just
this.
like invading some farmers.
Yeah. Making fun of some farmers. Yeah. Burning their crops. No.
Oh my god, maybe not that.
No, that was a joke. But
tipping some cows. For
no,
no
but this is a little joke, but it's like one of my fantasies.
Yeah.
Is like being so self-sufficient, like that I'm like I could just go out into the woods and then just like cut down some trees or something and then make some like, or you know what I mean, kill a elk or something, or, you know what I mean, have the skin set up and all that, and I'm just, I don't know,
just scraping it,
just surviving out in the woods, like just detached from society.
Yeah.
That would be blessed. But, it's about adapting, not rejecting society.
Rejecting society.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, we're not. This is not us anymore. Just straight to
just leave.
Yeah, just leave and stop. Just leave your house.
Yeah.
Stop paying the bills. Jokes. No.
Forget about my taxes.
Yeah.
About everything.
We don't even pay taxes, dude.
Oh, wait. I still do my taxes.
Oh yeah, no. Well, like I know we don't
get taxed.
Yeah, we don't get taxed on our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a little bit of education. We still get taxed, but we don't get taxed.
We don't get taxed, but we still get taxed.
Yeah. We
Right?
Yeah, we get taxed. We still get G. I think it's just on reserve.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Well,
on reserve, we don't get taxed.
like our gas. and our cigarettes. That's the only thing we don't.
Ooh, gas and cigarettes.
Yeah. I think that's me. But maybe we'll cut that out. I don't know.
What part?
The tax part. Stop
talking about taxes.
Talking about. Well, we'll see it. Maybe it'll change.
I like talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of because it's kind of controversial.
Yeah. It is. Maybe that's something that we could like. Maybe just bring to the table too. Just be like a little bit controversial. Just be like, hey, yo, Canada sucks. I don't know.
Yo, Justin Trudeau, this guy kind of sucks. It's the most brain dead. Like,
yeah.
That'd be good. I like that.
Back to the subject. We kind of went off track.
What's another question?
Well, one other question that I would like to ask too. It's just it's not really pertaining too much to I guess culture and stuff, but it's more pertaining to getting youth engaged on the res, like because I know that there's lots of talent on the reserve, or like lots of sports.
That's where we come into play.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because if we start doing stuff that's like high quality, and that's actually good content, like promoting, highlighting, and just showcasing that, like, dang, we're capable of like doing this high and like stuff to be proud of. You know what I mean? And there's so many people on the reserve, you know what I mean, that I could probably think of that are doing creative or just doing a good job in general, like, that are worth showcasing. And that's because that's what go back to the mentor thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think some of my favorite people, I think you're a millennial, right? Like, you kind of
I'm kind of more millennial.
But like those are like some of my favorite people. Cause I don't know why, but they just, I don't know. You know what I mean? But,
even then, I think maybe even like doing stuff like I think that's another subject that I actually wanted to talk about was maybe how could like not criticizing, but maybe giving ideas on how maybe the reserve or everybody can help out, help each other, give others opportunities, like younger people. Like, that would be pretty cool. Like, let's say somebody on the reserve was like, okay, well, I want to be in the NHL, right? Like, that's one of the biggest things on the reserve, or even the NBA, stuff like that. Well, what if we had somebody on the reserve to be like, okay, well, let's try and help you get there. Maybe we can have
like a life coach.
Like even just like somebody working, like being like, okay, well, like let's this kid, right? He's 17. Let's say he went to AAA hockey, really good hockey player. Be like, okay, well, I could get him tryouts. Like somebody from the reserve, hypothetically, obviously, like could be like, okay, well, I'm gonna get this kid some tryouts. I'm gonna get him the resources that he can get, because we know he can be good at hockey. high level hockey.
Yeah.
So let's get them opportunities, just stuff like that. Like let's say
Just even promoting them.
Yeah,
Just
promoting
through
them.
I don't know. Like just that would be enough, or providing them with the stuff and like promoting them.
Promoting them, yeah. Like with music, I think that would be a good idea. Even with, because I know a lot of people on the reserve like art and music. Like
We should promote. We should promote some of them.
Yeah, we should promote some of them.
Some of them.
Like
Brett's really good.
Brett Springchief.
Me.
Yeah, this guy.
Tyrell.
Oh yeah, me.
Tyrell's good too.
Yeah,
He's great. He's probably the best DJ out there on the res, bro. Best DJ on the res.
So go check out my newest song. It's releasing on February 24th of 2023. It's probably, I think these episodes will actually be released after that date, but
okay.
But yeah, anyways, go check it out. Spotify. Yeah, like just imagine if we had resources like that. I mean, like, but that's the other problem.
Does that come with some quality control though? Like,
yeah.
Probably.
Like, let's say just some like a kid on the reserve was like, I want to do art. Be like, okay, well, like maybe have a process first. Like,
we should be like, what kind of art are you into? Like,
yeah. Stuff like that.
I don't know. Like, just kind of.
Maybe not like just giving people iPads and giving them.
No.
Just like
there has to be like
some sort of like.
Yeah, maybe just getting people in touch with other artists on the like kind of like a mentorship program.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, like I'm like, oh, I really want to get into some digital art.
Yeah.
Like who's really well known for digital art on the reserve? There's probably some like I know some stuff, so I'd probably be able to pass down vague.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Just getting them in contact with some people, and then like even providing incentives for them. For the mentors to even provide just like I don't know, just like it doesn't even have to be like they have to like have like teach them for like a lot of time or whatever, but it can even just be giving that person that resources and like kind of like experience through another person. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool too. Just like helping the younger people out and just even at a young age, because one thing that I really struggled with, and I'll admit to, was like when I was younger, I'll be honest, I had no motivation to do anything. Like, just like I didn't know what I was going to do in grade 12. I had nobody to, well, like I did, like our parents, but I just didn't know what I was going to do. Like I didn't know how to even start. I wanted to do music, I wanted to do sports, but I didn't really know where to start. So I kind of didn't have that motivation to do anything. And I think maybe even if we start at like a young, like let's say right when they hit grade 7, grade 7, they start high school or junior high, and we get them like thinking about their future, like right away, get them like, I think that's something that we could like delve. I mean, we can't like go and start changing the educational system. No. Be like, let's get rid of math, but like,
just get rid of math.
Like, oh, okay, still go learn math, but I graduated university with only my my math 20.
Yeah, like
I only got my math.
If you want to be like scientist,
20-10 or something like
math
that,
teacher. A high level
then
architecture. It's good for like basic math. Is you only need basic math for carpentry.
I
don't know. Also, we need to start like for me, I don't know, I think a lot of people glamorize like a lot of jobs.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
I want to be what's another example?
I want to be
social media influencer.
Oh yeah, something like
that.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
But like, it's okay to do that. But I would say we should start like,
kind of.
I think this goes into like masculinity. I kind of don't want to talk about that, but I mean, like, there are some like jobs that, or like there are some skills that you can develop that are like practical, I guess I'd say, like just like practical skills that you can develop that I don't think should look down upon. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think there's some like very valuable skilles that people can pick up, and like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think you should highlight them people too.
Yeah.
And even somehow incentivize that types. You know what I mean? Like, I think welding, carpentry, all that stuff is super valuable. And like, I know like Hutch at the the school, like he like teaches like a lot of that stuff. So that's really cool. Like I think that's super dope, and like I hope a lot of kids do stuff like that.
Yeah, do stuff like that. Just getting into what they want to do. You know what I mean? That's not forcing any stuff like that upon them. I also find that too. There's just stuff that are kind of like, well, when I was younger, at least, I felt the need to just do the regular thing and go to school, kind of do that. But I kind of feel like there could be other routes for other kids, I think, I think at the minimum, get your grade 12. But like, I know school is a really good thing, but, there are other programs out there, you could still go do, like, I know there's some people like not only that, but I think like, not only school, like I think people, it would be cool to tell people about these other programs that are out there, like not just with school, but just like I know there's like programs that take 6 months and you could just get right into it. It's not. You can. I know. I was hearing. I was talking to Gerald the other day. He's like works with. I forget their films, but he took like this class, and so he's getting into film now, and it was like a 6-month program, and now he's doing good, and I think we need like all these other programs being promoted heavily, so we can get our like more young people into these programs. If they want to get in, just right into it, get them into a program. If they want to go to school, then go to school. Like not just letting them know that there's so many options that you can go to, it's not just these programs, it's not just school, you got these other programs, like you can even like get them trained, there's like different training courses just stuff like that.
And even if it doesn't work out, always like what I've learned is like if something, even if it doesn't work out, don't think of it as a loss. It's like it's an experience. It was an experience. You did it, and also it's like it could be a potential backup.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you've developed a skill in this at least. Yeah. And like you know what I mean? Like some form, it wasn't a loss unless you really did nothing at the thing.
Oh yeah.
That goes to show like don't just do something to like you have like I don't know. Just I don't know. If you're young, you have the energy and you have the body and you have the mind to learn and stuff, so take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure elders would tell you the same thing.
Yeah, elders, like that's one thing that I always try to tell people, like when I'm talking to them. I don't really. So what were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Like we delved into so much. I hope people are mad at us. Yeah. But these guys, they're really rank.
Just talking bad.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm kidding too. Yeah. But, where were we? We were talking about some like.
Oh no, I think something about school programs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot likes and dislikes. Yeah, like so some of the things that you're into, like I know you're quite heavily into Batman or some kind of superhero stuff. I don't know if you have much to say on that. We could cut it out if this doesn't work. Okay. But like,
okay.
Like, how big are you into? Like, are you a big Marvel, DC kind of a guy, or
no?
No, you're not.
Neither. You know why?
Why?
Let me tell you what. It's a waste of time, bro.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Marvel movies suck. I won't lie.
You don't like them?
It was good until Infinity, the last one.
Oh, Endgame.
All of them are pretty good, but now they're all miss.
Okay.
They're all miss, and like a lot of them are just the same story. It's just like, oh, the superhero, he's down bad, and then he gets good, and then the bad guy, you kind of like him a little bit. What? Oh, but the superhero wins in the end, and it's like he does some crazy cool stuff, and I don't know. I don't know. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy. You're probably the best.
Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy,
and the new Batman movie. That was pretty sick. I like.
You thought that was pretty sick?
I liked it. Yeah, because it's different. You can't lie. It was different.
I haven't watched it lately. I haven't been watching movies.
Yeah, that's good.
The Batman movie was good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, what did you think about the new Spider-Man?
The
one with Toby.
Bro, you know what I think when I watched that? I was not really a Spider-Man fan. As I was actually, but I fell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't keep my Spider-Man fan as like growing up. But when I saw that movie, all I could imagine in my head was to see CEO Hollywood guys being like, oh man, you know how much money we're gonna get out these nerds? We're gonna introduce Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just saw them like doing this, like, oh man,
that's all you saw.
Oh man, like that's all I think about in superhero movies is them going like, oh man, they're not ready for this one.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? They're not ready for this, and then it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I liked it. But I can't. It's like good. You know what I mean? I forget who said it, but a director. I don't know who said it. Man, he's one of these classical kind of director guys. You know what I mean? He kind of made fun of superhero movies. He basically said that they're essentially like a theme park ride.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you think of that?
To me, I really think it's about how you look at it. Like, I know there's some people that don't like theme park rides, right? And then there's some people that would like enjoy just going on that one roller coaster all the time. I think it's just how
I can't hate on. I think for me personally, I'm just like,
yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, I just got tired of them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm craving something new.
Yeah.
It was like that one era in time when you remember it was vampires and werewolves.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Saturation of vampire and werewolves. But now I'm sick. You know, I'm sick of all this superhero shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
But what I do like is The Boys.
The Boys.
Oh,
that I like that because it's a lot different, you know. Like the big strong guy, the big strong superhero guy's
Homelander.
Homelander's a bad guy.
Yeah,
right? Like he's like doing this like I remember he was imagining just. So I almost swear, but like, imagining just slicing everybody up with his heat vision.
Yeah. And he straight up. Have you seen the whole thing so far?
I got a pretty good.
Oh, bro. Anyway, you already know it's Homelander. If you haven't watched that, but that's one of the shows where I'm like, it's pretty good. Like I think it's like it's the reason why I like it. It's like different. You're like, this is different.
It kind of brings something new to the table,
and it's kind of a little realistic in that, like, if there were superheroes, people would be acting a fool, bro.
Oh yeah, there'd be some people that'd be like, if you give some people like superhero powers, you know, you can't really guarantee that they would be as good as Superman. Like, let's say if you were to get,
and I like how they have like this capitalist kind of approach in the show where it's like, these superheroes are like used for money, and they're made like they're not you know what I mean. And I was like, I like that. It's kind of got like a little bit anti like government type shenanigans. You know, and I was like, okay, I see you. It's different than like it's I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. Yeah, I also agree with you with the superhero thing where I feel like I did feel like the superhero
bro. Please, I want someone to defend the Love and Thunder Thor movie. That was so trash, bro.
You didn't like it?
You know what? I like superhero. They're my guilty pleasure now. Like, I'll watch them because, like, I go like this probably 20 times in the movie theater. I'm like, bro, like I just facepalm about like 20 times, but I'm not above it. Like, I think it's just like I'm just like, bro. Like, I'm like, what is this right now? What am I watching? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Watch it and tell me it's not Dookie, bro.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Well, I heard it was bad. You know, I've heard
Captain Marvel, trash, bro, boring, unforgettable. I don't remember one thing about that movie.
Really, you didn't like Captain Marvel?
No, you watched it. Can you remember anything about it?
I actually kind of liked it.
Oh,
well. I mean, people have different opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I know I do agree with you. Like with like most of the Marvel movies after Endgame, though, where we're kind of like, I kind of feel like they fell off. Like, doing the series, like the Hulk series, I know that wasn't really popular. I know the
She-Hulk miss.
there was so much content that I missed. Like, I don't know how good Ant-Man is going to be.
I wanted to watch that.
Yeah,
You know, I'm no better than anybody for watching them. It's just me personally. I'm like, man. I know deep down, I'm like, this is nothing. It's nothing. But like at the same time, I'll still watch it. You know, I'm watching these movies. Like I like movies, so I'm gonna be watching them. You know what I mean?
I also think the one thing that they need to do a little bit better is the Star Wars movies. I think that
Bruh.
we need to redo the.
I didn't even watch the last one, bro. I was just like, this is garbage, bro.
Oh, they didn't even fight. Like I thought
Ren and Ray or Kylo Ren and Ray.
Yeah, no. Well, like they didn't even have like a big fight. I thought they were gonna at least have like, Christian Haydenson with Anakin come back.
What these movies suck so bad.
Mandalorian did way better then.
Yeah, I liked the Mandalorian. I watched that.
I watched all of Boba Fett too. Boba Fett I thought was good. I heard that there was.
Yeah, I heard people were like smashing it. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. The one thing that I really loved was Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was. I think that was more for the fans though, like just because I thought it was. I liked it because it wasn't cliche and
Obi-Wan?
it wasn't too cliche. Like it wasn't. It had me. Did you watch it yet?
No.
I
only watched Mandalorian. That's about it.
If you go watch it, it'll like keep you wondering because throughout the episodes, I was like, okay, when is Obi-Wan gonna like fight? But it kept doing that. It was like, and Obi-Wan wasn't fighting. I was like, how come he's not fighting? How come? Yeah. He gets it handed by him by Darth Vader. Like I don't know if you've seen those scenes, but
I think I might have seen clips.
He gets trashed by Darth Vader, and he's like, I'm like, how come Obi-Wan? And he has like this kind of like not hatred, but like thing about not being a Jedi anymore.
Yeah,
and it's quite evident that throughout. And I think the way that they did it was actually really good, though. It wasn't like other.
Man, the Star Wars movies aren't what they used to be when you got, what's his name? Oh, who plays Luke?
Oh,
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill, yeah.
Oh, bro, in the interviews with him, before the movie came out, he was literally like, bro, he looked sad. It was sad to see. Have you seen him? Like the interviews, like their before they came out, you're supposed to hype it up or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe what they did to Luke. Like he's pretty much saying that. Like,
yeah.
It's just not. It's not my Luke. And he was basically saying, I know the fans. He's tiptoeing around, basically saying the fans are going to be disappointed. And I was like, this is just sad to see. Like he's there to promote the movie, but he can't even promote it. He's just he was just sad. And I was like, it's true because they come on, you can't lie. They did Luke dirty. And the Rey thing, I don't even like Rey as a character, man.
You don't like Rey as a character? Well, like,
listen,
I could understand that.
Well, listen, like it's like she got powerful for what? Just because she's just born like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like there's no respect to these like older people. I don't know. It just discredits like. The reason why I don't like it, it's like it discredits everything, and that's what they were trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? But it discredits all the old movies. What they built, instead of building on top of it, they were like, screw what you knew about Star Wars. Luke actually tried to kill Kylo Ren when he was a baby or when I was a kid. What? He just turned on his lightsaber and was gonna murder this sleeping kid? And then he's like hates the Force now, and he's just this bad guy.
Yeah.
And then Rey can just hold her own against Kylo Ren, like without even holding I don't know. And I'm like, bro, she didn't even work for anything. And I feel like,
I know she didn't.
It's just because they're just trying to make her look all that. But it's just disrespectful. At least I would have liked to seen her like have a big training arc where she's like, I don't know, like I want to see like. What's always good to me is like the Rocky stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
You guys working hard, they're putting in this effort, but like if you just come in and get it, and I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point if you were just born with you could do anything you wanted?
Yeah.
Life would be meaningless if you could just like if I could just drop like a Mona Lisa without practicing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be pointless.
It's all about getting there. You know what I mean? That's the story.
The training montage.
Yeah.
Where was that, bro?
It's like,
I don't think there was. Was there?
No, there wasn't.
No.
Yeah, it was just like she got really powerful.
Like just no reason.
It's like, it's Palpatine's granddaughter. You know, I
her blood.
That was like a big like for me. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like, oh yeah, that's Luke's daughter. I was like, oh yeah.
They should have just they could have did so much. They could have made. They could have did so much, and they did so little. Like it was, it really was just so much for so little. Like it was like, bro, what? And then the second. Let's get off this topic. I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore.
Okay. Well. Next topic, but like, anyways, Let's talk a little bit more about.
I will say one thing though.
Yeah.
That's busting right now.
What?
Video games.
Video games, honestly,
they are off the charts right now.
The video games on here. Okay. The one thing that I thought was really good was like Resident Evil. Resident Evil was really good.
Which one?
The Village.
Oh yeah,
the Village was really good. Now that was good. Well, what other ones were good? There was Force Awakens. Oh, is that Force?
No, that's it's Last Jedi or something. Is that?
Oh yeah, the Last Jedi. No. The Last Jedi. I played that. Yeah.
That's
No, Ian. He it's with Ian from Shameless. You ever watch Shameless?
no.
Yeah, but he's on Shameless. Yeah, that game was amazing.
I thought it was, I think I saw people playing it.
I think the games, right now, games are doing a lot better depictions than the movies right now.
Right now, you go to movies to laugh at them, bro.
Yeah.
You go to movies to laugh, really.
The one that I think that's
not to laugh because they're funny. Laugh at because they're trying so hard.
Oh yeah.
And like in Marvel movies, going back to that, sorry.
Yeah.
But every character is not serious anymore. If you notice that, they're all like, but check this out. It's like that. And I'm like, can we please just have some character development without this guy being jokey all the time? Like, they're all the same quippy character. They're all Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Just like doing quips and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. It would have been nice.
Take yourself seriously for like if you're trying to start again, take yourself at least a little serious.
I think that's what they need to do with Secret Wars, though. I think if they do the Secret Wars thing good, I think it could be really good, because Secret Wars is supposed to be like universal thing, kind of like, and then.
Do you think that the superhero thing is going to eventually die out though? Like I don't think this can't go on forever.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, I think it's really how I think it's.
However, though,
50-50.
However, if there is any type of movie that could go forever, it would be superhero movies.
I think it could be. I think it's just going to be exactly like sci-fi films. You know, it's the sci-fi films are just like Star Wars.
Yeah, but I don't. But we've never had. I guess those are the only ones.
I guess they'll just be. I guess that interest will still be there. You know, there'll be interested people doing that kind of because I know there's still people out there that like to watch superhero cartoons and anime. You know, anime is still there, but the interest for anime is there. But like, it's not like big. But like, the interest is still there. I think it'll be just like it'll
keep going.
It'll keep.
But I was thinking like out of the youth, I think it would work if they wanted to continue making superhero movies forever, which they probably do, because they like the moolah.
Yeah.
So and you know what I mean. But it's because the superhero comic book thing has already been saturated. There's so many comics and like stories and like different superheroes, and like they could just pull from they can pull from a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it can literally probably go for a long time.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to. Like that's what I'm thinking. It's probably the best. There's just so much source material that they could just pull from, and it's really, when you think about it, it's probably easy money.
Yeah, it probably is. Did you see? Come to think of it, did you see like the first Captain America movie?
I did, yeah.
He has like a plastic shield, and it's like, and Spider-Man just has like these wide-eyed goggles on. Or
are you talking about the very first?
Well, I like the very first.
You seen the Iron Man where he's in like this big tin can thing? And I like that.
Yeah. That was kind of.
Bring me back to those days. Bring me back to the old Hulk where he's like literally just a jacked Louis Ferrigno or something.
Oh yeah, he's like absolutely just
jacked, and like he's just makeup and that's it, bro.
He's like store. I remember I actually tried to watch one, and he like. I think he was teaching lesson to some bullies or something like that, and he like got mad, and he like started throwing chairs and stuff, and the kids started running out.
That's hard, bro. I can see that.
Like we need Hulk. We need Hulk like teaching about bullying now. Jokes.
Yeah, but also with the superhero stuff, they play a lot on like the nostalgia factor.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, instead of doing new things, they're like, oh, don't you remember this? Like, oh, don't you remember this? And it just seems kind of like easy, or not easy, but like You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
It's very much like that. Was what I'm saying.
Yeah. Another one last. I guess this will be the last subject, but like one thing is that okay? Like I don't know if you looked into space much, and like I you know how you're scrolling through YouTube, getting all this different stuff, but I was scrolling through YouTube, right, learning about space, and space is scary. Hey, have you ever realized that space is scary? Like I was reading into like black holes, right? I was reading about black holes, or not reading, watching a video on black holes. There's over, I think they estimate like over 100 million black holes just within our galaxy, and I'm like, the closest one is like 16,000 light years. 16,000 light years.
Yeah.
I mean that's still far away, but like
16,000 Buzz Lightyears, bro.
but this thing is like this thing's like the size of, I think it's like 1,000 of our suns.
Yeah. And they don't even know what would happen if you got like if someone were going to.
Yeah.
They can like theorize, I think.
But I know they can theorize it. The crazy thing too is like time and reality don't exist within these black holes. If you're able to look at it, it's kind of weird. It's like we're almost so close to solving almost like time travel, reality, how we could bend reality, because these black holes, when you look at them, they're actually bending reality. Well, which is really crazy. Like it's almost like this massive force can do it so easily. But how do we figure out how to do this? Like how do we? That's almost like with the CERN thing. You know what I mean? Well, I know people are freaking out about it, but like
about the what?
You know, CERN, they were creating this. They were trying to do something. They were like, I think they were moving an atom particle at like.
Oh, you're talking about the.
People thought they were trying to create a black hole.
Oh no, but they did it's like something to do with nuclear energy.
Something like that.
I don't know if you're talking about that, but the nuclear energy thing was like they made pretty much like they got more energy out than in. Like it takes like you can't. It's pretty much really efficient or whatever. But I don't know. But even then, it's like a small step. Or I watched a video and it was like a tiny. It was just something that's never happened before, but still, it's like. A tiny step and a lot of steps that we need to take for an order. Oh no, it's not nuclear energy; it's something else.
I think it's almost like that thing. Basically,
fission.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think I know what you're getting at, because that they were basically moving this particle. I think at like the speed of, I can't remember. It's going like super fast.
Yeah.
And then you ever watch those movies where like, I think a perfect example is Iron Man. Remember when he's creating that particle? Yeah, and he's like moving the thing, and it's like, and then he creates. I think, to me, I don't know if they're doing the same thing. I'm not a scientist, but I think that's what they were doing. They were moving this particle at a super fast rate. People were saying that they were going to create this black hole, or something like that, and I was like, I don't think so. But like, I know that there were like these theories that, what's the word, that reality was going to change, but we wouldn't notice it. Like we were going to see more of these. What are they called again? Mandela effects. A lot more of the different things that we thought were true aren't true. Like
we do live in a weird timeline.
Yeah.
But it's not like that weird. Like I don't know. It's not weird when you think about it. But it is weird that like Mr. Beast is in Fortnite or something. Like why is he in that game?
I always wonder
what else is weird. There's also some other weird stuff. I don't know. There's some weird stuff.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what I mean?
some
just stuff that you're like, why is this happening? Like,
why?
It's just stupid stuff, really.
It's kind of an interesting time.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
That's pretty.
Like, why did that happen?
Yeah, why did that happen? It's like we got.
It was just seemed like it came out of nowhere. He's like, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Yelling from the.
I was like, whoa. I thought it was fake.
Oh, it could have been. They're actors.
Oh yeah,
but who knows?
I mean, that's conspiracy. They've also acted in front of people, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
who do we know?
I don't know. It was a pretty hard slap, but even then, like there's like method acting. I'm sure people have gotten slapped before, and it was just like it didn't even seem that bad. Yeah. But it didn't. It did seem real though.
Yeah, it did seem real. It seemed like Chris Rock was pretty, kind of like. Did that just happen?
Yeah.
But
it's like these celebrities, like I don't know, they're actors. You know what I mean? They're actors, bro. They're actors. They act.
Yeah. Well, coming back to it, like how do you think all of this, like after talking about all this stuff around the world, how do you think this affects youth on the reserve? Do you think it has like this sort of negative or positive impact on people on the reserve? Because I know when we're talking about it, I know it could sway us from culture. It could sway us from other.
Yeah, well, I think just that's just media in general.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's playing their part in that. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
I think 80% of it is nonsense. Like it's just like if you really think about it, like none of that stuff matters. But like really, like you know what I mean? Like it's and you can get conspiratorial with it too, but I won't. I'll just say like there's stuff that actually matters, and then if you think too hard about it, you're like, what? Like it doesn't really make sense. But then the next day someone will be talking about how like, oh look, these two celebrities did this. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Or like, why are I don't know stuff that doesn't matter. It's just there's too much it's just a saturation of it, and like the youth of today are that's what they're faced with, you know what I mean? Just a mass saturation of nonsense, you know what I mean? And then it's like it probably distorts of like what really matters. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's just like I don't know, just 5-second clips of nothing that matters.
It does kind of, I feel like, have a
my takeaway from the moral of like what we're talking about. Actions will always speak louder than words. You know what I mean? That goes for like media too. You know what I mean? Like you can watch media all day. You know what I mean? You can do anything or whatever. But if you're not doing something with a reason behind it or whatever, that will never matter. You know what I mean? Or like not matter, but like you know what I'm saying? Like that's like me saying like I'm gonna to take up something or do something, and then I just never do. I just keep talking about it. Like you know what I mean? Actions will always outweigh your words.
For real. You got to do it before you actually.
That's why you see celebrities getting canceled. It's because your actions define who you are and not your words.
For real.
So if they do mess up, it's like because you know what I mean. It's not what you say; it's what you do.
Maybe that should be like one takeaway that we have for this video, like to people, I guess, on the reserve. Maybe on the reserve and young people. Maybe like don't sit around. I guess don't sit around too long to try thinking about your goals. Maybe just
start doing.
That's
really it. Like start doing
it.
Don't think about it too much. It's okay to plan, but don't get caught up in the thought loop. Don't get caught up in the what if it doesn't work out? What if?
What if?
You know what I mean? Like because that's another poison that you can get into. Like I get into that too. Like I'm like, oh, what if I do this? But like at the end of the day, if you think about it all day, you're not doing any of it. You know what I mean? So do something.
And it's okay to fail.
And it's okay to fail.
It's okay to fail.
Do something. You know what I mean? Because your actions
speak louder
than words. Always.
For us. But I think that's what we have. I think that's all we have today. But thanks, Kaylum, for coming in.
No problem, man.
But you're welcome to like plug in your instas if you want. Your
I don't know. Just follow me if you want. You can, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like if I'm I don't know. It's whatever. I don't have anything to plug right now.
Oh, okay. But follow me on Instagram, Baby Hutch Elias. I also have Spotify, ELEEUS. Follow me on there. It'll be like, I think when I edit it, it might be like right between my fingers here. Maybe right here. But thanks again for coming in. And it was a great talk. We had lots to say. And peace out.